Hello and welcome back to Flint Hills Briar. I am Gareth. Just sitting out in the back garden this morning on a really beautiful mid-August morning. It's only like 70 degrees or so out here. I think it supposedly got down to like the 50s here in north central Kansas last night. I don't know if it got down that low, but it's still a beautiful morning regardless. Just enjoying some coffee and unfortunately not a pipe. I'm looking forward to next Thursday because that'll be 4 weeks after my surgery, and I think I will have waited long enough to stand off the nicotine. So I think I'll enjoy a pipe then, as long as the weather's decent. But the purpose of this video is I need some help. I need input. I need input from other pipe smokers, other cigar smokers, because I'm trying to figure something out. I think I have a bit of a problem. There's the whole tongue bite thing, obviously, which pipe smokers are intimately, most of us anyway, are intimately familiar with that in some level. But recently, I have begun to wonder if what I have going on in my mouth, specifically with my tongue, when I smoke pipes or even cigars, I'm beginning to wonder if it's something that most people do not experience. And it's tricky for me to describe because it's one of those things. It's a sense, it's a perception that I have, and these sorts of things are very hard to explain to others. It's kind of like, in some ways, it's almost like trying to explain a color to somebody, because I know how I sense and perceive colors, or I know how I sense some colors. I don't sense them very properly. Therefore, the way I perceive colors is kind of, some certain colors are a bit off. I'm colorblind with some colors, but you know what I'm getting at. Hard to describe, sort of thing. But pretty much forever, whenever I have smoked a cigar or pipes and that tobacco smoke enters my mouth, I always have this thing happen where the smoke, here's where I'm going to just have to struggle to find the right adjectives. I would say it kind of stings my tongue in a way. I mean, it's not like a sharp, painful sting, but that kind of causes this like sting or irritation to my tongue. And it really, that kind of whatever's going on that causes, of course, there's sirens going. Sorry about that. That stinging on my tongue, it really pretty much, at least when it comes to the tobacco smoke, I think it eliminates like 95% of my sense of taste for the tobacco smoke. As I'm smoking a pipe or a cigar for that matter, I have this general sense of tobacco smoke in my mouth, but I don't really, it's hard for me to really taste anything because my tongue is constantly having this thing go on to where it just feels kind of irritated, kind of stung, sort of. And back when I was smoking more cigars, I know that people would say like, oh, the cigar, has this, it has a leatheriness to the flavor and kind of an earthiness and a bit of a chocolate note in there, stuff like that. And I would really struggle to perceive any of that kind of stuff. And same thing with pipes. I am assuming that most pipe smokers as they're smoking a pipe, actually are tasting some stuff with their tongue. This is an assumption. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming you can sense flavors and nuances in the tobacco smoke with your tongue. I don't. I do almost none of that. I can't. It's like my tongue just isn't working in that regard. My tongue feels just kind of stung, irritated, affected, whatever, by the smoke. And really, the only way that I am able to really appreciate almost anything when it comes to flavors in the tobacco smoke is when I retrohale. So it leads me to retrohale a good bit, just because that's really the only way I can taste anything. Um, and for a while, I don't know. I kind of knew that that probably wasn't the way it was for everybody, but more recently, within the last few weeks, I've really begun to suspect that I have some sort of weird, like, kind of like chemical tongue bite thing that kind of goes on, which pretty much shuts my tongue down, so I can't taste anything tobacco smoke wise. And it's kind of weird because if I drink coffee or a Coke or a Dr. Pepper or Crystal Light or whatever, that stuff, like a drink or something that's not tobacco, um, it will kind of, I can taste it. Um, I want to say that it seems like when I like take a drink of something, it kind of has to kind of has to sort of clean my tongue off a little bit, but very quickly thereafter, I have, I can taste it pretty well. I'm not going to say that my sense of taste is 100% for that kind of stuff, but I can still taste it. Whereas, as soon as I take the next draw of the pipe or cigar, I'm right back to that kind of tobacco irritation, sting, whatever. Anyway, so there's that. And so my question is this something that is normal, or is this something that, because I'm assuming that it's not, just I don't know, let me know your thoughts, your input about that. If you've had this happen to you, let me know. Just kind of like putting this out there, trying to figure things out. And I will say, with that, whatever, that just like constant kind of thing that goes on my tongue, I also think that I do experience a decent amount of chemical tongue bite, because I definitely have, kind of an irritation that begins during the smoke and also carries on somewhat after I'm done with the pipe. And obviously, if I, for whatever reason, puff, don't really pack it very well and wind up drawing on it too much, or I'm kind of inattentive. Like about a couple months ago, I went out to basically a farm pond with that I was invited to with some friends, my wife, and I spent some time fly fishing for bass in the pond in a canoe, and I brought a corncob pipe and I was smoking some Sir Walter Raleigh. Went through several bowls of it, and just because I was rather inattentive, because I was paying more attention to fly fishing and catching bass and paddling the canoe around, I totally barbecued the inside of my mouth. I pretty much just burnt the crap out of the roof of my mouth so badly that it took a couple days, but it, like, like a whole layer like sloughed off, and it was pretty bad. It was that. It just, yeah. Obviously, if you're really inattentive, you can really burn your mouth badly and get that true, heat tongue bite. But anyway, I'm gonna draw this to a close. I'm just putting this out there because I'm looking for input into figuring this mystery out. I mean, I enjoy smoking a pipe. I enjoy the different flavors and different tobaccos, and I like some better than others because of flavor reasons and all that. But I don't know, I just kind of feel like the way I sense and perceive those flavors and those characters may be a bit different, because I feel like I'm maybe kind of tongue handicapped when it comes to tobacco smoke in some ways. But anyway, Oh, another one last point. I've noticed, right, very quickly noticed last September when I picked up a pipe again. I very quickly came to the conclusion that overall, I personally enjoy smoking uh, pipe tobaccos more than I tend to enjoy cigars, and I wonder if, and a lot of it's the just the different flavors that you get with pipe tobaccos and the broad range of flavors and different characters, and I wonder if it's because with pipe tobaccos there's a wide enough range of those flavors and characters that I can pick up on a lot of that, whereas with cigars I think it's somewhat, I know there's a range with cigars too, but I wonder if it's a more narrow range and I'm not able to really appreciate that spectrum as much. But anyway, looking for input. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Let me know what you think. Let me know your input, thoughts. Uh, Thanks again. Thanks again for watching. I'm Gareth with Flint Hills Prior, and I'll see you next time.